So I'll get started. Can someone tell me what was the last topic we were discussing?
Started differentiability.
You started?
Differentiability.
Yeah, I remember differentiation. Did I teach chain rule?
I think we started chain rules.
I think I started differentiability. That's what I remember.
We started differential doing.
I started differentiability. So I have not discussed about the derivatives of composite functions, right? Okay. So before that, let's do a small recollection and then we'll step into the main concept. Do you guys remember? So this chapter, what is the main context? We will be discussing about different kinds of functions which are continuous, and the next part is we will concentrate on their differentiability. Right. So for continuity, I have already explained what are all the points that need to get satisfied for a function to be continuous.
Right limit.
Yeah, right limit should be equal to the left limit should be equal to the function value. This is one of the things. And according to your textbook, if a function is a real valued function and C is a point in the domain, limit extends to C, f of x should be equal to f of C. Right? So that is when you say a function is continuous. Then we saw the algebraic operation between different continuous functions and all those things. I think we have solved the first exercise, right? The next part that we saw is differentiability. So differentiability means what are we trying to say? So when can you say a function is differentiable at a given point? The first and the foremost condition that needs to get satisfied is, first thing, the function is supposed to be
continuous.
Second, the left derivative should be equal to the right derivative should be equal to the derivative of the function at the given point. So what do I mean by left derivative? So left derivative at point C is given by this value. I hope everybody has made a note of this. Limit h tends to C, f of C minus f of C minus h, the whole divided by h is what is the left derivative. Similarly, what is going to be the right derivative now? It is limit h tends to 0, f of C plus h minus f of C, the whole divided by h. This is going to be the right derivative. And dy by dx is obviously going to be the derivative. If all these three are going to have the same value, the same output, then you can say that the given function is differentiable at that particular point. Okay. So after this, what we are going to do is, we are going to discuss about the derivatives of composite functions. So what I mean by derivative is nothing but the output of the operation called as differentiation. Okay, I think I've asked this question, still I'm repeating it. Can someone tell me what is the output of differentiation? Why are we differentiating a function? To get what? So why do we differentiate? It is to find the slope of a tangent
at a particular point.
At a particular point. That is why you differentiate. Okay. So remember, whatever you're learning in this chapter is going to be a tool for the next chapter, because this chapter speaks only about differentiation. In the sense, how are you going to differentiate different kinds of a function that are given to you? So it is like you're making yourself ready to apply it. Sixth chapter is applications of derivatives. Chariya. So be clear. There are certain formulae that you people need to recollect from last year. If you don't know, still it is fine. I can help you out, not a big deal. Anyways, we'll be preparing the table. But concentrate, and if there is any doubt, please let me know. Okay. Now what we are going to see is, before I start this topic, I just want to recollect few concepts from last year. So the heading is derivatives of functions. In the sense, I'll have a table where I write the function here, and here I write its derivative. Okay. So if I take the function y is equal to x power n, what is the derivative of this term?
n into
n
x
into
power
x to the
n
power
minus
n minus 1.
N into x power n minus 1. Y is equal to constant. Its derivative is
0.
0. So y is equal to sin x. Derivative
cos x.
Plus 6.
the derivative of sin x is cos x. Okay. Y is equal to cos x. Its
Minus
derivative
sin x.
Minus n.
okay. So y is equal to f of x plus or minus g of x. What is the operation? Then dy by dx will be equal to derivative of f of x with respect to x plus or minus derivative of g of x with respect to x. That is, you will differentiate both the functions individually and you are going to add or subtract them. This is a simple operation. Okay, f of x, or I can write it as f dash of x plus g dash of x. So the dash represents first derivative. Sharia, y is equal to f of x into g of x. Guys, tell me, what is dy by dx?
F dash x into gx plus g
f
dash
of
x into f.
g dash of x plus g of x into f dash of x. What is this called as?
Product.
It's called as the product rule. Similarly, y is equal to f of x divided by g of x, where g of x is not equal to 0 for any value of x. Then, what is the value of dy by dx? G of x into f dash of x minus f of x into g dash of x, the whole divided by g of x, the
Square.
So using the what is this called as? No? What is the name of this one?
Quotient rule.
So it's called as quotient rule. Now, having this quotient rule in our mind, let's try to
Sir, can you scroll
find
up, sir?
what
I
is.
have to copy.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Sir, can you scroll up, sir?
Yeah. Is this fine now?
A little more up, sir.
Little more. This one?
No, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, fine.
Okay. So let me know once you're done. So we are done?
No, sir.
Okay. Why don't you take a screenshot? Huh? Just take a screenshot and you can copy it later. Because there are many more important points I need to discuss. So yeah.
Sir, scroll a little bit down, sir.
You can write that part later.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Okay. So y is equal to tan x. I can write it as sin x divided by cos x. By the way, do you guys know what is the derivative of tan x?
Secant square x.
Okay, we get it by applying the quotient rule. So dy by dx will be equal to how much? Cos x, that is the denominator, into differentiate the numerator, that is cos x. Derivative of sin x is cos x, minus sin x, that is numerator, into derivative of denominator, that is minus sin x, the whole divided by cos square x. So what will I have in the numerator? Cos square x plus sin square x divided by cos square x, or 1 divided by cos square x, which is nothing but secant square x. In a similar, try to find the value of y is equal to cosecant x. What is going to be the answer? Y is equal to cosecant x is nothing but 1 divided by Sin x. Huh?
Sin x.
I'll give you exactly 30 seconds time. Find and tell me what is the answer.
Cot, sir. Cot x.
Clear.
Cosecant x into cos x. Cot
Try to,
x.
try to find using u by v rule. Huh?
Minus cot x into
Minus?
cosecant x. Minus cot x into cosecant x. Sir.
Okay. That's it. Huh?
Into cosecant x. Sir.
Actually, it is. You have to remember it like this. Minus cosecant x into cot x. Is there anyone having a doubt in this? Is there anyone who's not clear? You can let me know. I'll help you out. If you're silent, I'll assume that it is clear. I'll proceed to the next part. Yeah, tell me. I'm getting cosecant x into sin x. That is one term. Okay, listen. For those who don't know, listen. Denominator into dy by dx, okay? Denominator into derivative of numerator. Derivative of 1 is 0. Minus numerator into derivative of denominator. That is cos x. The whole divided by sin square x. So this will disappear. So minus cos x divided by sin square x. So you can write it as minus cos x divided by sin x into 1 divided by sin x. So this is minus cosecant x into cot x. In a similar context, what is the value of y is equal to secant x term? You need not sit and solve it. I'll directly write the value. If you know, you can tell me. Or you feel you can do it faster, you can do and tell me.
Secant x into tan x. Sir.
Perfect. So it is secant x into tan x. In a similar way, what is going to be the value of y is equal to cot x?
Minus cosecant square x.
Minus cosecant square.
So these are all the formulae that you people are supposed to remember. Sariyada? So till here, I don't think you have an issue. Like if I give you a combination of all these functions also, you will be able to handle it. I'm damn sure about it. Okay, I'll write about the exponential functions also. Y is equal to e power x. dy by dx is e power x only. Y is equal to, you can write down the formula. Wherever needed, I will show you the derivation. Okay. Y is equal to a power x, then dy by dx is written as a power x into log a. Okay. All these things I'll explain, but as of now, have it in your mind. Okay. Similarly, y is equal to log x. So when I say log x, it is log x base e. In mathematics, log x means log x base e. It is natural logarithm, not a common logarithm. Okay. Or it can also be called as ln x. We read it as ln x. So derivative of this kind of a function is nothing but 1 divided by x. There is a very, very important problem based on this difference. When time comes, I'll explain it. Okay. It's there in your textbook only. So dy by dx is equal to 1 by x. For the time being, if you know these three things, that is more than sufficient. Okay, as time progresses, whenever needed, I'll give you extra information. Next.
So I have a doubt.
I'm sure you can handle it in any type of combinations that I give you. Am I right? See, for example, you know what is the derivative of sin x? If I put a question like this, tell me the derivative of sin x into tan x. I'm sure you can handle it. Tell me the derivative of x square sin x. You will be able to handle it. Thanks. Right? You will be able to handle it, right? Now comes an important question. If I give you y is equal to 2 sin x, what is the derivative? Correct? 2 into d by dx of sin x. Correct? That is going to be 2 cos x. It's a very, very simple problem. But if I push the same 2 to the argument. That is, if I put a question like y is equal to sine 2x, what is going to be the answer? Guys, are you able to understand what I'm asking? This is where you need to understand one important definition. So, 2 into sine x. 2 is a constant function. 2 is also a function. Okay, have that in your mind. Constant function multiplied with a trigonometric function. Are you guys with me? So 2 sin x means, I'm saying the product of two functions, one is constant and the argument. And the answer I got is 2 cos x, which is another function. But sin 2x is not a product of two functions, it is a composition of two functions. Means this is a composite function. So composite function has a function within itself. Are you able to understand? So product means function into another function, whereas composition means function within another function. So I can say f of x is equal to sin x star. G of x is equal to 2x. If I ask you what is f of g of x, that is what is sin 2x. And that's what we call it as y. Now the question is, how are you going to differentiate this? Okay, you can say, sir, I know what is the formula for sin 2x. I will write it as 2 sin x into cos x. Correct? Now what has happened? It has become product of two functions. Now what will you do? Dy by dx is equal to 2 times sin x into derivative of cos x is minus sin x plus cos x into derivative of sin x is cos x. Correct? So 2 into minus sin square x plus cos square x. What is the answer? 2 into cos square x minus sin square x. This by now you should have known. There is nothing but 2 cos Sir, I will differentiate it in this way. Okay, happy. If I want to complicate it, next what I can do, I can make it as sin 3x. You will say, yes sir, I know the formula for sin 3x, I'll differentiate. I'll make it sin 50x. You know the formula? No, right? So obviously, in that kind of a scenario, the only way we can solve a particular problem is by using a rule called as a chain rule. Okay? I'm not going according to the book definition, I'm going to give you my way of interpreting it. Okay? So please make a note of it. The heading is chain rule. Don't get confused between chain rule and product rule. When will you apply product rule? When will you apply product rule?
And two functions are multiplied.
Functions are multiplied. Whereas when will you apply chain rule?
And composite functions.
Perfect. When you have a composite function, that is very important. Chariya, listen to this carefully, okay? I'll give you the general formula. Based on that, we will try to solve the problems. If I have y is equal to f of g of x, Chariya, then what is going to be the value of dy by dx? This will be d by dx of f of g of x. This can be written as f dash of, listen to this carefully, okay? F dash of g of x into g dash of x. What I'm trying to say is, you will differentiate f dash, you will differentiate f and write it as f dash. But what is the value you are supposed to write in the place of x? Are you going to write it as f dash of x? No. You will write it as f dash of g of x into, you will differentiate the function which is there inside the value of f. Okay, let me prove it with an example. This is a basic formula, nothing else outside this. If three functions come, I'll tell you how to handle it. Okay, but have this basic thing in your mind. If you're clear with this, I'll proceed. Okay? So the better way to understand this is by taking an example. So if I take an example, if I have y is equal to sine 2x term, just now we found the value of dy by dx. In other words, what is the answer? You got it as 2 cos 2x. This is by using so dy by dx is equal to, what is this actually? So the function f is nothing but sine. So what is the derivative of sine? I'm not asking what is the derivative of sine x. What is the derivative of sine?
Cos.
Cos. Cos of, what you're supposed to do is write the same argument. The 2x is g of x into d by dx of 2fx. Puridara. So this is cos 2x into derivative of 2x is going to be 2. What is the answer?
2 cos.
2 cos. The same answer. Like that, if I change the argument also, it's not a big deal. So in a similar context, what is going to be the derivative of sine 50x? Is it not going to be 50 cos 50x? That's it. Does it make sense? Right. So listen to this. The second exercise that we are going to solve is completely based on this chain rule only. If you're clear with this, we can directly hit the problems. It's a very, very, very simple thing.
Yes, sir.
Here? Okay, I'm proceeding. Just give me a minute. I'm opening the notes. Okay, here it is. We'll take this. Okay, let's start with this. Find the derivative of the function f of x is equal to sine of x square. First, learn the method. Second, I will tell you how to write this in exam. Okay, that's what they have done. Don't look at the solution that is given there. So you can tell me one thing. What is f of x here? F of x is sin x. What is going to be the value of g of x?
X square.
That's right. It is going to be x square. And y is nothing but f of g of x. So which implies dy by dx will be how much? Derivative of sine.
Cos x.
Cos.
Cos of, so don't say cos x, it's cos. Derivative of sine is cos. You will write the same angle inside into d by dx of x square. So what is going to be the answer? Cos of
2x.
x square into derivative of x square. 2x.
2x.
So 2x into cos x square is going to give you the answer. That's it. That's the required answer. Okay, this is the method that I am following. Shariyada. Okay. So you guys tell me, can I go a little fast? Can I go a little faster?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So find the derivative of tan of 2x plus 3. Derivative of tan. So y is equal to tan of 2x plus 3. So dy by dx will be equal to derivative of tan ever. Secant square. By next class, I want you all to memorize it. Okay, secant square of 2x plus 3 into d by dx of 2x plus 3. So derivative of 2x plus 3. 2. It is 2.
2.
So the required answer will be 2 secant square x of 2x plus 3. Okay, they use something like substitution and all those things, not needed. Okay. Now listen. So till now, we had two functions. Can someone read what is the next question? Y is equal to sine of cos of x square. Correct? It's sine of cos of x square. Yes. So what is dy by dx? If you observe, this is not a composite composition of two functions. Rather, you have three functions. What are the three functions? F of x is sin x, g of x is cos, and h of x is x square. So there is nothing but f of g of h of x. It is this big function. So we know how to handle when two functions are there. When three are there, let's see, it's a simple thing. It's like a chain. That's why it's called as a chain rule. Okay, that's what I'm going to teach you now. I want you all to concentrate. So dy by dx is equal to, first look at the function that is there outside, derivative of sine.
Cos.
So derivative of sine is cos. Cos of, what are you supposed to do? Whatever is there inside that sine, blindly you will write the same thing. So what am I supposed to write here? The cos x square into, what will happen? You finish the outside function. So this first, second and third. You finish the first function into, can I write it as d by dx of cos of x square? What is it? Cos of cos x square into derivative of cos of x square. Derivative of cos
Minus sign.
minus sine. What should be the argument I need to write? Argument means angle.
X square.
Yes. Into d by dx of x square. Now we have gone to the third function. So cos of cos x square into minus sine x square. Always make it a practice to use the brackets, okay? Into derivative of x square is going to be 2x. So what is the final answer? Minus 2x into sine of x square into cos of cos x square is the required answer. Here, you can leave it as it is because you cannot simplify it. This is answer. Okay. So cos x square is a composite function. Yes, it is. Then how can we take it in common? We didn't take it in common. What I did is, here we have three functions known. So whenever you are differentiating a composite function, the logic is like this. The first function's derivative should be written with the 2, 3 remaining the same. See, what I did here is, the derivative of first function is cos. Derivative of sine is cos. I didn't disturb 2 and 3. So once you are done with 1, then you should put an into mark. Okay. Then you should touch the second. Derivative of cos. Derivative of cos is minus sine. And you should not touch the next function, that is the third one. I wrote it as x square. Into, now you are supposed to go to the third one. So that is, these are the steps to be followed. Okay. For you guys to understand better, let's create our own question. Y is equal to cos of sine of x square. Let's create it. Mithun, you want to try? So how many functions are there? Don't worry, they are not going to ask you like this.
4, sir.
There are 4, no? So 4 means what are we supposed to do? First differentiate the first function. Mithun, you want to try? Who's speaking actually? Is it Ankit?
Yes, sir.
Ankit, tell me that.
Sir, it will be minus sine
Okay.
into cos,
Uh-huh.
differentiation of cos, d by dx of
First tell me what
sine
it-
x.
Yeah, correct. See, derivative of cos is minus sine. Seriya? What am I supposed to do inside it? You will differentiate, in each step you will differentiate only one function. So minus sine into this whole thing, you will write it here. Oh, this I wrote it as sin x into sine of x square. Sorry, sine of x square. I'm sorry. It's my mistake. Now tell me.
Sir,
Ankit, try it again.
sine of x square, sir.
Sine of x square into d by dx of
Sine of
Very good.
sine of x square.
That's it. Sine of sine x square. Okay. So this one will be undisturbed. So minus sine into sine of sine x square into, and now tell me.
Cos of sine of x square.
Perfect, Raghav. Cos of sine of x square into
D by dx of sine of x square.
of,
Sine x square.
that's it. So what is the next step? These two are undisturbed. So minus sine of sine x square. Don't worry, they will not ask this big question. But it is for you guys to understand. Into.
Cos of x. Cos of 2x.
Correct only. Cos of?
Cos 2x.
Cos of x square. Cos of x square into d by dx of
X square.
Now you are able to understand how to eliminate each function, keep entering into the brackets. So now these three will be undisturbed. You will write it as it is: minus sine of sine x square into cos of sine x square into cos x square into. Beyond this, you cannot differentiate. Mithun, I
Sir,
hope
we don't have to write the d by dx every time now, sir.
it is better to write that so that the examiner will understand what you are trying to do.
Or it's chain rule only, no, sir. But
You can do it in
so
one
we
step.
don't.
One step la pannalam. See, there is a high possibility that you might do a mistake also. Okay, va? So it's better you do. See, number of functions will be the number of steps. I can make it that simple. How many functions are there in this 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps.
Yes,
The
sir.
number of composite functions, the number of functions which are participating in making it a composite function will be the number of steps in your solution. I think 2 times you can write d by dx. No, there is no harm in that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, good. So I think we have done a very tough problem. Now I feel the exercise will be easy for you guys. Shall we start? Is there anyone who is wanting to copy this, or if possible, please take a screenshot? No? Okay. Now, you guys tell me that. See, I'm going to do mental calculation, okay? I'm not going to write anything on the paper unless you people ask me. Only if you ask, I'm going to understand you have doubts. Let's start with the first problem. I want you all to try it in your books and tell me what is the answer.
So first one is a 2x sine x square plus 5.
2x cos x square plus 5.
Correct.
Because derivative of sine. I hope you understood what is your mistake.
Yes, sir, I got it, sir.
So dy by dx is equal to derivative of sine is cos. Cos of x square plus 5 into d by dx of x square plus 5. That will be cos of x square plus 5 into 2x. Correct? So it is 2x into cos of. Got it? Sorry. Second one, who can tell me? Cos of sin x. Just 30 seconds. Make it fast.
Minus cos of sine of sin x.
Sine of x square and 5. Yeah, x square and 5 are separate functions, but they are like f of x plus g of x. No. So you can treat x square plus 5 as a single function, like a polynomial function. Yeah, Nicholas, you guys were telling something. Minus sine of sin x into
Cos x. Cos x.
Minus sine of sin x into
Cos x.
correct. I hope everybody got the answer.
Yes, sir.
So number of functions is equal to number of steps. You should get it in those many lines. Derivative of cos minus sine of sin x into d by dx of sin x. That is going to be cos x into minus sine of sin x. That's it. Or you can write minus sine of sin x into cos x. Sine of ax plus beta.
A into cos of ax plus b.
A into cos of ax plus b. Correct. I think the first three are easy. Fourth one is also easy. How is it a, sir? A because the coefficient of x is a. Okay, I'll do and show. Mithun, listen. Third one, y is equal to sine of ax plus b. So dy by dx, so it's a combination of, always when you do know, you try to think what functions there. It is a combination of trigonometric and a polynomial function. Don't use the word algebraic, use the word polynomial, okay? So dy by dx is equal to cos of ax plus b into d by dx of ax plus b. So what will you get? Cos of ax plus b into derivative of ax plus b is a. Sharia. Rohan, what is the fourth problem done?
I got secant x into tan x into tan of
Secant into
root
tan of
x.
root x.
Into tan. Again, one more tan will be inside, sir.
Oh, you got the
It's
answer.
secant x and yes, sir.
Oh, you think the answer. Okay, sorry. Tell me what is the answer. Secant of
X into tan x.
Secant of tan root x into tan of tan root x into secant square root x into 1 by 2 root x. This should be the answer.
Yes, sir. I got this.
Got it right? Okay. Anyways, I'm doing this problem. Everybody concentrate. Okay. If you know you can do it. If not, look at the screen. So dy by dx is equal to, how many functions are there? 3. Secant tan root x. If it is only x, it is not a function. Anything other than x, x square, x cube, root x, whatever it is. Okay. So dy by dx is derivative of secant is what? Secant into tan. I hope everybody is clear with this step.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Into what could I write the value of d by dx as? It is tan of root x, correct? So it is secant of tan root x into tan of tan root x multiplied with tan of root x. So derivative of tan is secant square into root x into d by dx of root x. So this whole thing I'm going to write again. Secant square root x into secant of tan root x into tan of tan root x. Derivative of root x is what? You guys can remember it. Derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x. 1 divided by 2 root x. If you ask me how you got it, dy by dx will be equal to half into x power half minus 1. Because root x is x power half, apply the formula in x power n minus 1, you will get the answer as 1 by 2 root x. Charya?
Yes, sir.
Good. Shall we try this? Anybody with the answer for this problem? Sin of ax plus b by cos of cx plus b. This fifth one, Ada. Sin of ax plus b by cos of cx plus d. In this problem, what we are supposed to do is, it is a quotient rule that we need to apply for two composite functions. Sharia? It's simple. dy by dx. Who can tell me? It is cos of cx plus d into, that is denominator into the derivative of numerator. Correct, Ada? So what is the derivative of numerator? That is a sin of ax plus b. I am directly writing it with the hope that you people understood. Means here you need to apply chain rule.
It will
Minus,
be a into cos of ax plus b.
oh sorry. A into cos of ax plus b. Sorry, minus sin of, sorry, minus sin of ax plus b into, is it not minus c into sin of cx plus d? Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whole divided by cos of cx plus d, the whole square. So what will be the answer? It is a cos of ax plus b into cos of cx plus d minus, plus c into sin of ax plus b into sin of cx plus d, the whole divided by cos of cx plus d, the whole square. Okay, you can leave the answer either in this way. Sometimes what happens in calculus, no, your answers might not match the book answer. So can we calculate from numerator and denominator separately and divide finally? No. Because numerator and denominator put together is like a function by a function. No? You have to apply quotient rule. You cannot do that separately.
So I have a. You applied quotient rule and are then doing the chain rule, right?
I applied quotient rule, right? In the process of applying quotient rule, I had to find the derivative of sin of ax plus b, correct?
Yes, sir.
There I applied chain rule.
Okay, sir, I understood.
Okay. If you are not comfortable with this, I'll give you another. We can create on our own. Okay. Let's do it immediately. But I wanted to say something important here. In calculus, no, most of the times, especially in differentiation, in integration, you will find it most of the times. Your book answers might not match with the answers that you get because they would have simplified, especially with trigonometric functions. They would have simplified and wrote the answer. You will leave it as it is. Okay. I suggest you write both ways. If it is simple, if it is too complicated, leave it. A into cos of ax plus b into, what can I write? Cos of cx plus b by cos of cx plus d the whole square is nothing but secant cx plus d. You guys think about it. Plus c into sin of ax plus b into sin of cx plus d by cos of cx plus d. One of these squares I am combining it with sin. So I'll get it as tan of cx plus d into, I'll get secant of cx plus d. If somebody has a textbook, please check how they have given the answer. Anything should be right. If you have a textbook, please check the answer. First, second. How did they give? Nobody has textbook? Okay, anyways. You guys are clear with this? I'll give you another example, okay? I'll give you another example. You wanted to find out how to handle this quotient rule, no? Sir, I have a doubt in starting of the, how did we get a cos ax? How did a cos ax plus b come? Because see, sin of ax plus b, the derivative of this is what? See, this is a composite function. Derivative of sin is cos of ax plus b into d by dx of ax plus b. That is why you got a cos of ax plus b. There is nothing but this problem, third problem. Okay, guys, I want you all to concentrate. Y is equal to, let's make something like this. Let's make it a little complicated. Sin of root x divided by cos of x square. Find the value of dy by dx. Who can try telling me the steps? Who wants to try? Let me know. I'm not concerned about whether it is right or wrong.
Cos x square.
Go on, tell me. Cos x square into
cos root x into
e by dx of sin root x. Correct? Let me write an extra just to understand. Into sin root x minus sin root x.
Sin root x into derivative of cos x square.
Derivative of cos x square
divided by cos x square the whole square.
X square the whole square. Correct? So where do you people find the issue? You find it with sin root x and cos of x square. If you are comfortable, you can do it in the same step. Or what you can do is, you can take this as equation number 1 and you can find the derivative. Let's say you can say this, let's say L is equal to sine of root x, M is equal to cos x square. Okay, where L and M are different functions. So what is going to be the value of dl by dx?
Be cos of cos root x into 1 by 2 root x.
It is cos of
Root x into 1 by 2 root x.
1 by 2 root x. Correct. What is dm by dx?
2x into minus sine x square.
Minus sin x square into 2x. Good, you understood this concept. So let me call this whole thing as 2. If I take 2 and substitute in 1, I think beyond this you guys can handle it, because there is no
Yes.
more derivative. Right? Mithun, are you clear now? Surya, everybody, Surya, Ankit, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So if you want to try something like that, you yourself can create a problem, right? You can try them out. Can you guys try the sixth one? Sixth one, how many functions are there?
Three, sir.
Actually, it is not 3 because
1 and 2.
it is like 2 into 2 is what I can say. Okay, I'll do this problem. Okay, I want to do this. Concentrate, guys. So till now I didn't explain what will happen. See, we saw what is cos of x square. We never saw what is cos square x. Correct? So let me explain how you need to do that. Can someone tell me the question? Y is equal to cos of x cube. This is what I remember seeing. Correct? Cos of x cube into sine square into x power 5. Sine square of x power 5. See, this is a composite function separately. This is a composite function separately. And the product of two composite functions is existing here. So dy by dx in our, is it not cos of x cube into d by dx of sine square of x power 5 plus sine square of x power 5 into d by dx of cos x cube. Correct? Let me call this as 1. Now what I will do, it's a best practice to take these functions and differentiate them separately. L is equal to sine square x power 5. So dl by dx will be how much? This is where you need to be careful. Okay. See, sine square x power 5 is nothing but sine x power 5 the whole square. Till now, the problems that we saw had only sine of x power 5. Whereas when you have the function itself raised to some power, no, then it is something like this. You treat this whole thing like capital X. Okay, instead of sine of x power 5, had you had capital X, then what is the value of capital X square? Derivative of capital X square?
2x.
2
Right.
capital X.
So you will write it as 2 into that function. Sine of x power 5 into d by dx of sine of x power 5. Beyond this, I'm sure you guys know this. Okay. So that is 2 times sine of x power 5 into derivative of sine x power 5 another. Cos of x power 5 into
5 into x power 4.
5 x power 4.
yes, 5 into x power 4. So in this problem, the advantage is 2 sine x power 5 into cos x power 5 is nothing but sine of 2 into x power 5, because 2 sine a sine cos b is, sorry, 2 sine a cos a is nothing but sine 2a. Seriya? Into 5x power 4. Let me call this as equation number 2. Similarly, what am I supposed to do? M is equal to cos of x cube. dm by dx another term. Is it not minus sine of x cube into d by dx of x power 3? Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Minus sine x cube into 3x square. Let me call this as 3. Take 3 and 2 and substitute it in 1 And please verify the put back answer and let me know. Will you guys be able to do it? Easy, right? Is there anything tough? Okay. Let's do. If you're clear with this, you can leave some space so that you can complete the problem later. I want to explain another similar example based on this. But before that, you can make a note of this. Y is equal to, if it is f of x raised to the power n, okay, then dy by dx will be equal to n into the function itself raised to the power n minus 1 into f dash of x. This is the formula. Shariyada. Any doubt?
No doubts.
Y
No
is equal.
doubt, sir.
Very good. Tan of, you people tell me something, no? Tell me some argument, whatever comes to your mouth. Shall we do something like this? Tan of secant of root x, the whole power 5. Okay, let's try and see what is the harm in it. So what is dy by dx? So example, this one, dy by dx another. So this whole thing is a function, right? That function is raised to the power 5. Okay, if I have to complicate this question, if I give it as power 5, you guys will easily understand. If I give it like this, correct? If I give it like this, then what you're supposed to do is tan of secant of root x, the whole raised to the power 5, theoretically. You can write it like this. Now tell me down. Is it not equal to 5 into? Try.
Tan secant root x.
Root x. Correct, ma. Proceed. Tan of secant root x, the whole raised to the power?
Power 4.
Very good. Into d by dx of tan of secant of root x. Chariya. So this is undisturbed. 5 tan of secant root x, the whole power 4 into this one, derivative of this thing. What are I supposed to do? How many functions are there inside?
3.
So you should be able to finish it in the next 3 steps. So derivative of tan secant square of secant root x into d by dx of, correct solunga, secant root x. So 5 tan of secant root x, the whole power 4 into secant square of secant root x into d by
Secant root x, tan root x.
very good. Secant root x into tan root x
Tan root
into
x. Into
by
1
dx.
by 2 root x.
Perfect. So into, instead of derivative, I hope you guys know this, into 1 by 2. This will be the final answer. Sharia. That's it. Okay, this is all about chain rule. It's not so complicated. Trust me, as time progresses, actually we have seen slightly tougher problems also in the name of examples. As time progresses, you guys will be able to handle it better. Don't worry, okay? But you need to practice a lot. I'll give you 4 to 5 problems for today. Apart from the remaining 2 problems, that is 7 and 8, I want you guys to try some extra problems also, which I'm going to give. So the examples that I'm going to give you are, first one, make a note, find the derivative of y is equal to sine of cx square plus dx plus e divided by cos of ax square plus dx. Okay. Second, y is equal to tan of sine square x. Okay, let's. A disclaimer, I know these problems are tough, but try. There is no harm in trying, okay? You try, then you will understand. I'll solve all these problems tomorrow. Y is equal to sine square of sine of x square. Okay. Fourth, y is equal to tan power 4 into sine, or let's take another function. Tan power 4 into cosecant of secant x. Okay, try these problems. Try these problems, you will definitely enjoy it. Okay. So in tomorrow's class, first we'll start with these problems, then we'll go to the next exercise. I think the next one is based on inverse trigonometry. No, implicit function. That is even more simple. That is even more simple. So this is the major part that you need to practice. Okay. So with the hope that you guys will complete these 4 along with the 2 remaining problems before tomorrow's class. So first 5 to 10 minutes let's say first 15 minutes I'll utilize for the doubts clearance, then we'll go to the next exercise. Chariya. And I've given inverse trigonometry assignment also, right?